Okay, so I will start the training first. Speak Malaysia, you mean Malay? Uh, I cuba tengok sebab my Malay tak berapa bagus. I cuba, mungkin saya boleh campur lah, mungkin campur Malay dengan English lah. Okay, so saya start dulu training ini. Oh, okay, boleh boleh. Okay, saya start dulu. Okay, so kita hari ini kita akan fokus dalam menu inilah yang stock. Okay, tapi saya akan go through purchase dulu lah. Okay, so saya akan go through purchase document dulu. Lepas tu mungkin saya akan go through yang tab inilah, okay, stock punya. Okay, so saya pergi purchase dulu. So kalau kamu nak issue apa-apa purchase document, so you boleh pergi sini purchase dan buka loh. Okay, yang pertama tu purchase request. Okay, purchase request yang tu sana saya kena admit semua orang join dulu sana. Okay, so yang purchase request tu, okay, saya bagi satu contoh lah. Okay, mungkin company kamu ada production team. So mungkin production team kamu mungkin nak order material. Okay, so mereka akan issue purchase request kepada itu purchasing department lah. Okay, so lepas tu purchase department sudah receive order ini kan, so dia akan issue purchase order kepada supplier. Okay, so yang tu step dia lah. Okay, so saya akan buat satu contoh dan issue itu purchase request lah. Okay, so you boleh main sini purchase request, ataupun you boleh tekan sini purchase request pun boleh lah. Yang tu, yang dua-dua pun sama. Okay, so you tekan mana-mana satu. Okay, so yang ni purchase request punya listing. Yang mungkin last time you ada issue itu purchase request kan. So yang ni punya dia listing lah. Okay, so kita tekan new. Okay, so sekarang mungkin kamu nak purchase material dari yang mungkin supplier inilah. Okay, lepas tu bawah sini kita tekan ini plus button. Okay, yang ni okay, yang ni punya company kamu punya itu item code. So kamu kena pilih mana-mana material kamu nak beli. Okay, you boleh type atau kamu nak search macam ni pun boleh. Okay, bagi satu contoh, mungkin saya nak beli itu chair lah. Okay, so you tekan ini. Atau you boleh buat macam ini. Okay, you hanya type chair. Okay, yang ni dia sedang search itu code punya. Okay, yang tu bold color punya wording. So, dia punya searching field lah. So, kalau kamu nak search dalam description punya, kamu boleh tekan itu tab punya button, tab tab. Atas tu caps lock. Okay, you tekan tab, dia akan jump ke itu description field. Okay, so dalam sini, you boleh search oh. So, yang sekarang dia system search punya search dalam itu description punya field lah. Okay. Okay, so yang ni satu contoh. Okay, mungkin kamu nak beli 10 unit. Yeah, later I will show you the item list. I just show you like how to issue the purchase request first. Later I will come back to here. Okay, so this one you put the quantity first, and then what is the unit cost, and then you just save it. Okay, so this is the purchase request. Okay, so right now I will go to the maintain part, I mean the stock part. So how we want to create the stock group and also the stock item. Okay, but this is the first step lah. If you want to like order the material and then let the purchasing department know that you want to order the material so that they can order from the supplier. Okay, so I come back this one. Okay, if you want to create the stock item, right? Okay, you go to stock maintain stock group, or you can go to this one, stock maintain stock group also can. So both are the same. Okay, maintain stock group. Okay, this one is the first step you have to do before you create the stock item list. Okay, let's say your stock item got many tabs, right? So you separate into many grouping. So this is the grouping you need to create first. Like maybe this A-stream software, they got selling the bedding accessories, they got selling the furniture, lighting, and other things lah. So that's why the system is separate into different grouping. So this one is based on your company got how many type, so you need to create by yourself lah. Okay, so I'm using one of the example to show you how to key in the stock group. Okay, but for your case, you have to click the new button lah. Okay. Okay, so yang ni punya stock group punya code lah. So this one you have to decide by yourself. Okay, you have to pick any code also can lah. Okay, so you just give it the name and then you put the description will do. You can put it both are the same lah. Okay, like maybe this one eStream software, so they got selling the bedding accessories, so they just put the name lor. Okay, and then the costing method. Okay, costing method, we got three types. Okay, so I will show you what is the difference between these three types of the costing method. Okay, so usually we will using the FIFO, which is the first in, first out. So whatever you purchase first, so that one you will be selling out first. Okay, so that one is FIFO lah. And the bottom one is the GL account code. Okay, let's say for the sales and purchase, you got create many sales and purchase account code lah. So each of the account code will be mapping to different kind of the stock group. Like for example, this one is the bedding accessories, right? So maybe they got create a sales account code for the bedding accessories. So that's why, so they will pick for this one. Okay, so this is the sales code. So which means that any item which maybe you select as belongs to this stock group, right? So when you key in the invoices, they will straight away credit to this sales account. Okay, because inside the system, you already select it. Okay, and then this is the cash sales. Same as the sales lah. So you just put both are the same. And then this is the sales return chart account. Okay, so you may put as return inward lor. So when customer return back the goods to you, so they will direct go to this account code. Okay, and then this is the balance sheet stock. Okay, and then this is the purchase side. Okay, so purchase, if you also got create the account code for purchasing, so you have to pick also lah. So this one is the same, and then this one is the purchase return code lah. So purchase return lor. Okay, so I will show you the costing method right now. Okay, so I will show you the fixed costing first lah. Okay, I change it to the fixed costing. Okay, so sekarang saya akan buat satu contoh. Kalau saya sudah pilih fixed costing, right? So dalam stock card tu dia akan keluar yang apa punya result. Okay, so sekarang saya sudah change itu fixed costing. Okay, sekarang I akan pergi stock, maintain stock item. Okay, yang ni kamu kena create itu stock punya listing lah. Okay, so yang ni tu testing company mereka sudah create, so sini ada banyak produk. So you punya mungkin dia akan keluar yang itu kosong punya lah. Okay, so kalau kamu nak create itu new punya item code, kamu kena tekan new. Lepas tu kamu kena fill in all the information lah. Okay, but sekarang I akan guna yang existing punya data dan show you lah. Okay, so tadi I sudah change itu costing method to itu fixed costing kan. Okay, so saya change untuk bedding accessories punya item. So mungkin saya boleh pilih item ini bolster. Okay, kamu tengok dia grouping dalam bedding accessories kan. Okay, so I akan buat satu contoh dan show you itu costing punya costing method. Kalau saya pilih fixed costing, so dia akan keluar apa punya result. Okay, so saya pergi purchase. So saya pergi itu good receive lah. Okay, kalau kamu nak stock ini, dia akan record dalam stock system kan. So sistem akan capture dalam dokumen good receive atau purchase invoice untuk record dalam punya stock system. Okay, so dia akan pilih mana-mana satu lah. So kalau you punya first step, you key in good receive dulu. So dalam good receive, dia akan capture dan record dalam stock system. Okay, lepas tu you kena guna itu transfer punya function. Transfer from good receive ke purchase invoice. So dalam purchase invoice, dia baru akan record dalam accounting sahaja. Dia tak akan posting sekali lagi dalam stock punya system. Okay, so saya buat satu contoh lah. So kalau kita issue good receive. Okay, good receive dokumen ini yang kalau kamu terima stok daripada supplier. Okay, so you akan transfer from maybe PO ke ini good receive lah. Sebab you sudah receive stok ini kan. Okay, so sama juga. Kita tekan new. Lepas tu kita pilih supplier. Mungkin yang ni. Okay, so dalam bawah ini, so you tekan plus button. Okay, so you pilih item code. So mungkin yang bolster ini sebab yang ni dalam padding accessories punya grouping. So I nak show you itu costing method lah. So mungkin sekarang satu unit seramai 129 lah, okay, per unit. Okay, mungkin saya change itu costing sebagai 119. So kita tengok yang itu stock card, stock report, dia akan capture 129 atau 119. Okay, yang 129 tu, bosan. Sebab dalam stock item ini, sebab kita sudah record per unit seramai 129. So kalau kita guna itu costing method as itu fixed costing, so kita check report lah. Dia akan pilih yang costing yang mana satu. Okay, so sekarang kalau kamu nak check itu costing kan, so kita kena preview report. So report kita kena pergi stock, lepas tu pergi print stock card. Okay, so sini kita pilih item lah, mungkin item ini. So kita tekan apply. Okay, so saya enlarge itu screen. Okay, kalau kamu nak preview report, you tekan yang ni atas tu preview button. Okay, so you pilih report lah. So yang normal punya kita pilih yang pertama lah. Okay, so yang ni stock card punya report. Okay, so yang ni tarikh hari ni dan good receive yang ke-6. So ini supplier punya name. Okay, so sekarang you tengok costing dia capture sebagai 129. Okay, tapi kita punya good receive kita key in sebagai 119 kan. Okay, so yang ni result ini keluar sebab kita pilih itu costing method sebagai fixed costing. Okay, fixed costing tu sistem akan capture costing dalam maintain stock item sahaja. Dia tak kira you kira you key in apa-apa costing dalam good receive atau purchase invoice, dia akan capture costing dalam maintain stock item sahaja. Okay, so what I mean is system will capture the costing inside the maintain stock item if you select the costing method as fixed costing. So which means that any costing that you key inside the purchase document, right, it won't follow you guys. I mean, it won't follow inside the document. It will just follow the costing inside here. Okay, so this is the costing method for fixed costing. So it will always capture the costing inside the maintain stock item. Okay, but if you don't want the costing method to be captured only from here, right? You want to make it like capture from the documents. Okay, so that one we have to using the FIFO method, which is usually all the companies will be using this method lah. Okay, so right now I will change the costing to the FIFO and show you the result. Okay, you see, I didn't change anything. I just changed the costing method to FIFO. Okay, so I will be using this good receive also to show you the result. Okay, so right now I also put as 119. Okay, so all I need to do is I come back to this stock card report. I click apply again. Okay, so you see, I click the preview. you see the costing already changed to 119, which is exactly the same as I key in inside the good receipt. Okay, so this is the FIFO, first in, first out. Lor. So if you want the system to capture the costing that you key inside the document, so you have to select as FIFO method. Okay. Okay, so I show you what is the first in, first out. I mean the method lah, okay? Because right now I just show you like the quantity in, right? So I want to show you another one. Okay, let's say I issue another document, maybe from another supplier lah. Okay, so maybe another supplier, maybe I purchase this item, maybe expensive a bit. I purchase maybe 139 per unit. Okay, both are the same item but purchased from different supplier. So maybe they will have different costing lah. So I'll show you again the report. Okay, this one. Okay, you see the report right now already add in another line. Okay, so this is the first in, oh, you see, number 6, capture as costing as 119. So you see the right hand side here, you see the cost breakdown. Okay, at the beginning we have the 28 balance quantity lah. Okay, so each of the costing is about 129. Okay, but right now you see this one, the number 6, when after I key in, each of the unit costing is 119. So you see the costing breakdown, it will show as 119 per unit. Okay, which means that you see here got 2 lines, right? Okay, which means that if I issue the sales document, whatever I issue the DO or invoice, it will always deduct the quantity from first line. Okay, because this is the first in for the 28 unit. And then this is another one. Okay, so I show you right now, maybe I issue the documents for DO or invoice. It will capture, I mean, it will deduct the quantity from the 28 quantity here. Okay, I'll show you the result right now. Okay, for example, this one, I go to sales, I go to DO. So I want to selling this product to my customer. Okay, I click new. So I go to customer. So for example, I sell to this customer lah. Okay, I select the item code, this one. Okay, maybe I sell maybe 15 unit. I click save. Okay, so I come back to this stock card. I apply again. Okay, I preview. Okay, so you see the result right now. This is the DO that I keyed in just now. So quantity out for 15 unit. So you see the quantity, it is deduct from the first line, which is comes from the 28 unit. Because this is the first in, so system will deduct the first in lah. You see the first line. So right now the remaining quantity is about 15. So 13, the costing is 129 each unit, and then another one is 119 and 139. Okay, so once you already sort of finish for this 13 unit, right? Then it will go to the second line, which is the 119, then only go to the next one, which is the 139. Okay, so this is the method for the first in, first out lah, FIFO, which we usually using this one. Okay, so this is the first in, first out. Okay, another costing method is weighted average. Okay, stock group, embedding accessories. Okay, this one I change to weighted average, which system will calculate the average amount for each unit. Okay, so I click apply. So I preview again the report. Okay, so right now you will see it doesn't show as each line is how much. Okay, so this is one is the balance quantity lah, so it will capture the same. But if it comes to the costing, it's different. Okay, so system will using the total cost divide by the total quantity, then you will get the unit cost for per unit, which is average divided lah. Okay, so same for others as well. Okay, so this is the weighted average method. Okay, so is there any question regarding for the maintain stock group? Sorry, maintain stock group. If no, I will go to the second step, which is the maintain stock item. So maintain stock group is actually very easily lah. So you just think of the name for the group name. Okay, so you just put the code and description. So costing method, you just make it as default as FIFO will do. Okay. So next I will go to the maintain stock item. Okay. So maintain stock item. So this is the product listing. I mean the product you have to create lah. Okay. So I will using one of the existing data to show you the example. But for you guys, you have to click the new button. Okay. So I'll click on it. Okay. So here got many fields you need to fill in. Okay, the first one is the code. This one is the item code. So you have to decide by yourself, like maybe for this product, what kind of the item code you have to input it. Okay, this one can support for 30 wording. So you have to think by yourself lah. Okay. And then this one is the product description. Okay, and then this is the second description. Like this one is the extra info if you want to key in. Like maybe you want to put in the packaging sizes or maybe the colors. So you can put it inside here lah. Okay. And then the right hand side here. Okay, this one is the serial number. If you got top up the module for the serial number module, right? So you have to tick for this one. If this item is the serialized item. Okay, serial number usually used in maybe handphone or maybe like electrical appliances. Okay, like maybe computer. Okay, because this item they will have the unique number for the serial number. So when you purchase in, you have to key the serial number. When you're selling to the customer, you have to select the serial number also. So which means that at the end of the year when you do the stock take, right? So you will know that the balance quantity is related with which serial number. Okay, but this one you have to key in the serial number lah if you got using this module. Okay, and then this is the stock control. Okay, stock control is if you want the system to capture the in-out quantity and also the costing, so you have to take the stock control lah. And then this is the active. Okay, if this item is no longer using it, okay, which means maybe all the quantity you already maybe all selling out and then you no longer using it, so you can inactive. Okay, inactive, which means that when you issue the documents, right, when you select the item code, it won't show up inside the drop down listing. Okay, so this is the inactive lah. Okay, next we will go to the center part, which is this part. Okay, this is the item group. Okay, which is the stock group that we create just now. So right now you have to select that this item is actually belongs to which stock group lah. So you have to select it. Okay, like for example, this one, gaming chair. So system will pick it and select, go to the furniture grouping. Okay, and then this is the base UOM, which is the smallest unit of measurement. Okay, like for example, I give it an example. For example, right now, maybe you are a stationery shop. Okay, so maybe you are selling the pen. Okay, pen maybe you will selling in different kind of the UOM. Like maybe you sell in maybe unit, then maybe you sell in boxes, and then maybe you sell in carton. Okay, so each of the UOM, so they will have different kind of the quantity, right? So this one is the smallest one, which is the unit, no? So you put it here. And then different UOM, you have to add in at the bottom here. Okay, like for example, you click the plus button. Okay, so maybe boxes. Okay, maybe boxes inside is include for maybe 6 unit. So you put the 6 here. And then what is the reference cost for each boxes? And then what is the reference price for each boxes? So you can put it at here. Okay, and then this rate is very important. This one is always based on the unit to calculate how many quantity you need for this UOM. Okay, this one you have to put it correctly. If you didn't put it correctly, when you review the stock report, right, the quantity will be also captured wrongly. Okay, so this one is the important part lah for the rate if you have different UOM. Okay, next maybe you have the carton. Carton maybe you're selling maybe as 12 unit for each carton, so you just put as 12. Okay, so this is how you're setting for the different kind of the UOM lah. Okay, and then this is the reference cost and the reference price. This one is for the base UM. So for different UM, the reference cost and price is at the bottom here. Okay, so reference cost will be linked to the purchase and stock document because the one is your cost, right? And then this one is the reference price, which will be related. I mean, it will go to the sales document. When you go to the sales document and you select for this item, right? So it will show as 700 per unit lah. Okay, but this one is just the reference only. So if you want to change inside the document, still can change it. Okay, and then this is the shelf. So if you have the warehouse and then inside have many shelf or rack, right? So maybe you will indicate like, oh, this shelf is maybe shelf A, and then maybe at maybe which level. Okay, so you can indicate it. Like maybe this one is under the shelf A1, something like that lah. Okay, but this one is just the extra info lah. You can key in, or if you don't want to key in, you just leave it blank also can. It's up to you. Okay, and then this is the reorder level. Okay, reorder level is you want to let the system know that the stock quantity drop to which certain level, and then let the system prompt out an alert to alert you that this item is actually almost out of stock. So you have to reorder again. Okay, so for this example, they put as 10, right? Which means that if this stock item is below than 10 quantity, okay, so system will prompt out a box to alert you that, oh, this item is almost out of stock. You have to reorder again. Or maybe you can go to this report, stock, print stock reorder advice. Okay, so you can put as maybe today's date lah. So you just click apply. Okay, after that, you preview. You select the first one. If you don't want to add in the PO and SO info lah. Okay, if you want just the normal one, the actual quantity. Okay, so right now you can see that reorder level is 10 quantity. But right now for this item, it's only left for maybe 5 units. So which means that you have to reorder again lah. So this is the report that you can check that which item is almost out of stock. So you have to reorder again. And then how many quantity you have to reorder? Like maybe you want to order is about like 20 units. So you can refer from here lah. Okay. So reorder level and reorder quantity actually is key in from the maintain stock item here. Okay, so system will be based on this information that you key in, and then when you go to that report, right? So it will generate based on this info lah. Okay, so this is the reorder level. Reorder quantity is you already know that this item is out of stock. So how many quantity you have to reorder again lah. Because the quantity, if you reorder again, cannot be like too much or too less. Okay, too much maybe is because of okay, some of the item they will have the expiry date, right? So if you order too much, and then if you cannot sell, I mean cannot sell out within the, I mean before the expiration date, so all will be wasted, right? So this is one of the reason if you order too much lah. And then too less is because of maybe some of the items they will incur of the transport charges. Okay, so that one will be not worth it if you always like order too less quantity, and then the transport charges you have to incur and incur. Okay, so this one you have to decide by yourself like how many quantity is suitable if you want to reorder again. Okay, so this one is just for the reference only. Okay, and then this is the lead time. Lead time is usually used in maybe manufacturing company. Okay, because they have to plan that this item have to using how many days to arrive in their warehouse, because they have to plan all the production, right? So this one is calculate by days lah. So this one also is a reference that usually takes for how many days to receive this item. Okay, and then this is the output tax and input tax. This one is last time used for the GST period. So right now you just ignore for this box. Okay, remark 1 and 2 is an extra field to let you key in the more description. It is the same like the second description lah. So if you want to key in more description regarding for this product, so you can key in. Okay, and then this is the barcode number. This barcode belongs to this base UOM. So if you want to insert different kind of the barcode for different UOM, you have to go to this one barcode, and then you click the plus button here. Let's say this one is belongs to this unit, and then another one, I say first now. Okay, another one is this. Maybe you change to boxes, and then this is the pattern. Okay, so which means that maybe each of the maybe different kind of the they will have different for the barcode number. So maybe if you print out the barcode, right, and then you stick on the product, so when you scan it, so system will know that, oh, this barcode number is actually belongs to which UOM. Okay, and then this is the tariff. Okay, tariff only for those company got registered for the SST. Then only you need to setting up for this tariff code. Otherwise, you can just ignore for this part. Okay, before you comes to maybe stock item and then select the tariff code, right? You have to go to the tools, go to the maintain tariff. Okay, you click new. You have to go to the Google and then you search for the tariff code. I mean, they will have a custom website. Inside will have all the tariff code for all the products. Okay, so you go to search and then after that it will come out the code and description. So you just copy and then paste it into the SQL we do. The tariff code sample is something like this. 4-digit and then dot and then following with the 2-digit and then dot and then 4-digit lah. Okay, so this is the sample lah. Okay, so after you insert the information from here, you just click save. After that, you have to come back to this one, the maintenance item, to select this item is actually belongs to which tariff code. Okay, and then another one is the classification, which is for the e-invoice use. Okay, so for the classification, we got 45 categories. So you have to check on the categories from here and then check that this item is actually belongs to which category lah. So you also have to select it. This one is a mandatory field for the e-invoice. Okay. So yeah, so this is the upper part and the center part lah. So any question regarding for the above? If no, I will go to the bottom part. Yang ada apa-apa yang tak faham, mungkin you boleh tanya. Sebab I sudah go through yang atas punya dengan yang center punya. Okay, I give you a guideline. Okay, because all the information that this one, I give you this link, this one. Okay, I give you this one. Okay, it's actually is the guideline lah. Like just now, I already go through the stock group and the stock item, right? So after you click in this link, okay, this link, you go to scroll to this one center, and then you click on maybe stock group. So inside you will have the explanation, like how you maintain the stock group lah. Okay, same for the maintain stock item also. Okay, so they will have like you see all the things here, like introduction, maintain stock item. Okay, or they will have the extra explanation. Okay, this is one of the guideline, and then another guideline is this one. I give you this. This one, after you click the usage, right? Maybe you click this one, master data. Okay, and then you go to maintain stock group. Okay, so they will also like got the setting like how you do it. Okay, and then the bottom one is the maintain stock item. Okay, so all you can refer from the guideline. Okay, so we come back here. Okay, just now I already go through the UOM. So right now I will go through the customer price. Okay, so customer price is you can set multi-level of the selling price, like based on the price tag and based on the company. Okay, this one is maybe, okay, for the end user for this item, right? Maybe you sell for 700 per unit, but maybe for maybe dealer, so they will have a special pricing. Okay, so in that case, you can set the grouping, like maybe the price tag or maybe the company to have a special pricing. Okay, so I will show you how to do it. Okay, so click edit. Okay, right now I will show the company first lah. You click the add button. Okay, company. Okay, for example, maybe this one, this company. Okay, maybe 1 unit. Okay, usually we sell to end user is about 700. So right now I will change to maybe 500. Okay, so still have an extra discount for maybe 5%. Okay, and then this is the note lah. If you want to jot down some note regarding for this pricing, you can key in. And then if this pricing is only for like promotional period, so they will have a certain range of the date, so you can key in like here. Otherwise, if you didn't put anything, right? So anytime when you issue the the sales document to this customer, right? When you select this item, so they will always show as 500 per unit and then have an extra discount for 5%. Okay, I will show you the result. I click save first and then I click sales. Okay, I go to invoice. Okay, I click new. Okay, just now I select this customer, right? Jandela Spectrum. Okay, I click the plus button. Item code here, I select this one is, okay, this one is the first one. Okay, you see, 1 unit is 500 per unit and then have an extra discount for 5%. So the net amount will become 475 per unit lah. If this customer purchase from us. Okay, what if other customer? Okay, I select another customer, this one, and I add in another line. Okay, it won't reflect on this line lah. So you have to add in another new one. Okay, but this one you have to delay lah because system will always like copy down the above one and then comes to this. Okay, so you see each unit will become 700. So this is the normal end user pricing. Okay, this one is actually based on the customer currency code. Okay, let's say you see, if I go to the maintain customer, right? You see this one, the currency for this customer is captured as RM. So which means that if this customer, for example, this one, Yard Square, is captured as USD, right? So when you key in the selling price inside the main stock item, so that one will be captured as USD. So it is actually based on the customer, the currency code that you select. Okay, I show you. Sorry. Okay, I show you for example. Okay, this one is the customer, which is the RM lor. Okay, so this one is the USD. So 1 unit maybe is 150 lah, let's say. So say I go to the invoice again. Okay, I just change the customer to this one, Yard Square. I add in another line. So you see this one is 150. So this one 150 actually is the USD. So when you check on the, I think I create a new one. You see, I click new. I select the customer for this one, right? USD. Okay, so I select the item. This one, 150. So it's actually USD. So after I using this one USD 150 times 4.2, so you see the local net amount, it becomes 630. Okay, so you see it is actually based on the making customer, the currency code that you select. Your SQL doesn't have this function. I think you didn't purchase the maybe the hold on now. For this one. This one exchange rate, actually you can add it by yourself. I mean this one. You see, okay, for example, right now the rate comes to like this. So you can tap in. Because this one, just now the 4.2 is the reference only. So it will always like show as 4.2. So, but the USD rate will be changed every day, right? So you can directly change inside the document. Okay. Your SQL doesn't have this function. Maybe you have to check with the support team and see. I'm not sure that maybe your package maybe doesn't purchase the stock module. Maybe it's just the simple one. I mean the basic one. So that's why you doesn't have this function. So this one maybe you have to double check and see with the support team. If you want this feature, maybe you have to put out some module or anything else lah. Okay, so this one I close first. So I come to this one. Okay, so this one is the customer price up. Okay, this one I show you by company. Okay, so we still got another method which is by the price tag. Like just now I said is by maybe dealer. Okay, before we come to this one price tag and select, right? So we have to create the price tag code first. So for that code, you have to go to the stock and then maintain stock price tag. Okay, so this is the example lah. So testing company, they already create the dealer. So for your case, you just click the new and then put the code and description will do. Okay, so after that, you just click save. So you will have this dealer price tag code. Okay, so how we using for this one, the price tag? So actually, you go to the maintain customer here. Okay, so maybe I select this one. So you can see the price tag at the bottom here. Okay, so you have to select this customer is actually belongs to which price tag. Okay, for example, this one is actually belongs to dealer. So I click save and then I close it. Okay, so for this one, I just add in the price tag for dealer. Okay, so we no need to select the company. No? Okay, so for 1 unit, maybe it's 550. Okay, something like that lah. So just click save. Okay, so also the same, we go to the sales invoice. Okay, we click new. Okay, maybe I select other customer first, maybe CR Technology Hub. Okay, you see each unit is about 700. Okay, after I change it to A-home furnishing, right, and I add in another line, it will capture as 1 unit is 550. Okay, so this is actually another method lah, if you want to set the multiple level of the selling price. So we got two methods. One is by you directly add in the company. Okay, another method is by using the price tag. Okay. Yeah, you can still issue the pricing manually in DO, yes. Okay, so this one is the customer part. And then this is the supplier part lah. So both setting are the same lah. Okay, and then this is the BOM. Okay, BOM is another additional module. So if you are a manufactured company, okay, you got purchased the raw material and then maybe the production team will using the raw material and then produce the finished good. Okay, so that one you have to add on for this module. Then you have to key in the components at the bottom. Components is the raw material. I mean, okay, for example, this gaming chair is the finished good lah, that you can directly selling out to the customer. So they are using all these components to generate a finished good. Okay, but this one today I won't cover for this part lah, because this one is a advanced stock part. So if you want to know more about this information, you can WhatsApp the support team. Maybe they can try to send you some guideline, or maybe they can arrange a demo for this one. Okay, for the bomb one. And then this is the more description. Okay, more description is let you to write down some extra description regarding for this product. But this extra description will be linked to the sales and purchase document. So if the content is fixed one, you can update everything. Like, for example, you are selling the smartphone. Okay, for example, you're selling the iPhone. Okay, for example, you are the telephone shop lah. You are selling the iPhone. So the iPhone spec is actually is the same for that model, right? It won't always change. Okay, so for that case, you can write down the the iPhone spec inside here. So when you print out the invoice, it will show out the more description. Okay, I'll show you the example. Okay, you just type in anything that you want. Or you can right click rich text editor to make some maybe the font type, font size lah. Okay, depends on you. After that, you just click the close button to save it. Okay, and then you click save. Okay, I'll show you the example. If I go to the sales document, for example, invoice, this one not only it will always show inside the invoice. like quotation, SODO, invoice, and also the purchase will also show out the more description. Okay, so I go to invoice, I click new. You see, I direct select this item. Okay, but here we can't see the more description, right? Okay. Beside the item code, you can see this one, the very small icon here. You click on it, and then you tick the more description come up. So you can see this one, and then you click on it, click the three dots button. So you can see the more description is at here. Okay, what I mean is, if this description is not the fixed one, when you always select this item, it will always show up inside your printing invoice. Okay, so only the more description is the fixed one that only you update inside the maintain stock item just now. Otherwise, you can directly edit the description inside the document. Like, for example, just now you didn't key in anything, okay, inside the maintain stock item just now. You want to add in the description, right? You just click this one, click the three dots button, and then you just type in at here by yourself. You don't need to update inside that one, just now the maintain stock item. Okay, so I just show you the example. Okay. Uh, After you issue the DO, you can use the transfer function to invoice. Then you no need to issue the invoice again. I mean, all the information that you key in inside the DO will automatically transfer to the invoice. Okay, I show you one. For example, you go to sales, DO, right? And then you click new. Okay, for example, this customer, for example. Okay, and then you select this item, for example, this one. Okay, for example, 1 unit is 550. So I click save. Okay, so transfer we got two ways. One is you directly come to this DO, then right click, transfer to sales invoice. Okay, you see all the information will transfer to invoice. You see the wording is in green color. Green color, which means that this item is actually transferred from other documents. It's not you manually type in. Manually type in is in black color. Okay, so this is one of the way that you're using the transfer function. Okay, another function, another way is you go to the invoice, because right now you want to transfer from DO to invoice, right? You go to invoice, you go to new, and then you select the customer you want to transfer. Okay, also the same on top here, you right click, transfer from delivery order. Okay, so you can select like what kind of item you want to transfer. Okay, but for using this function, right, you can transfer partially. Okay, like for example, this one, this DO number 5, we got total 15 balance quantity, right? So right now maybe we just want to transfer like maybe 5 units. So you type the 5 inside the transfer quantity column here, and then you click OK. So only 5 units will be transferred to the invoice. So when you check on the stock report, right, it will only capture the quantity inside the stock card. It won't capture the quantity inside the invoice. So this one is a very important step lah. If you got using the stock control, okay, because if you doesn't use the transfer function, right, you manually key in again sales invoice, system will deduct twice for this item. I mean deduct twice quantity lah. Okay, so this one you have to take note on this one. If you got using the stock system, you have to using the transfer function. Okay, so I close first. This one I close first. So I come back to here. Okay, and then this is the opening balance. Okay, if you are the new user for the SQL, okay, that you just purchased the SQL software. So previously you got also maintain the stock item, right? So the balance quantity you can key in at here. And then this is the category. This category is also an additional module. So just now we separate our groupings under the maintenance stock group, right? So you want to separate into like more details a bit. Okay, so you can separate into like categories. Okay, but at first you sure have to create a code first lah. Like maybe maintenance stock category. So maybe they will create a code like maybe chair, mattress, and table. Okay. Just click new and then put the code and description only. Excuse me. After you put in, click edit. So you can tick this item is actually belongs to which category. Okay, for example, this one chair, you tick for child. Okay, so this one only using in like maybe inside the report part. So when you want to do the filtering, so you can filter by category also. Okay, then this is the alternative. Okay, alternative is this item is out of stock. So what is the alternative item code? Like maybe the replacement. Okay, for example, I select, for example, this one. So both are actually the same lah. Okay, just the color is different because I just show you the example lah. So if you got like maybe same item, I mean the same product, but the item code is different only. So you can select in this way. And then this is the customer item. Okay. Customer item is, okay, for example, I say first. Okay, for example, I give you an example. Okay, this one is your company internal, I mean, they setting up the code and description, right? Okay, for example, your customer, one request you to follow their item code and also the item description. So what you can do is you click the plus button. Okay, which customer requests you to do so? For example, this customer. Okay, so they want you to change the item code and description, follow their requirement. For example, this one, they want you to keep as maybe like game chat, like something like that. So this one, okay, so we show you that this one is totally different with our internal system, right? Okay, so we click save. This one is only used in like maybe you preview and then print out the invoice for them. So when they receive the document, they will check, oh, this one is actually their internal item code and description. Okay, I'll show you one. For example, invoice. This one, yeah, this one I say first. So preview. Okay, I select any one of the format. Okay, so you can see right now, if I preview the format, it will capture as our internal item code and our internal stock description. Okay, but this customer, when they receive this invoice, they want this invoice is actually follow their requirement, which is their item code and their description. Okay, so I will be doing like this. I have to change some setting. But this one, if you doesn't know how to do it, it's okay. You just maybe contact the support team and then they will help you to change it. Okay, so I show you this one. I change to this. And then this one. Okay, so I show you again. For example, the first one. So you can see the item code and the description it changed. But it doesn't affect in our system. It just it will change inside the template only. So our system still will capture as the, I mean this one. This is our system item code and our system description. Because we just want like our printing format to be showing out like this. So when they receive the invoice, so they will know that, oh, this one is actually capture their item code and also the description. Uh, so deduct PO. You mean how to key in the sales order? Like maybe the first step you key in the sales order and then go to the DO and invoice lah. Okay, can. So this one, okay. So this is the customer. Okay, all right, can. So this one is the customer item and also the supplier item lah. Supplier item is you request supplier to follow your one. Okay. This one is last time I got facing one of the customer, they are medical, they got supplied the medical one to the hospital. So maybe the hospital requests them to do it. So they will have this kind of the issue lah. Okay, and then this is the barcode. Barcode just now I already show you. And then this is the note. Okay, this one note is just a extra one. I mean, you want to jot down anything regarding this note, you can jot down. And then this is the picture. So if you want to load in the product picture, you can right click and then click the load. So you can browse a file folder and then you load in the picture. Okay, but yeah, this one is the load picture lah. But I will not recommend you to load in the picture lah, because if you have like 1,000 of the item, you load in all of it, the data will become very heavy. So when you want to, I mean, when you're trying to load any data, right? So it will like takes for quite long time to respond it. Okay, so this is the setting for the maintain stock item. So any question regarding on the maintain stock item? Yang apa-apa tak faham ni boleh tanya, sebab kalau ada yang tak faham, you kena tanya dulu. Lepas tu kita baru boleh pergi yang next step lah. Okay, so right now I will show you how to key in the SO and then go to the invoice lah. Okay, let's say right now you receive a PO from the customer, right? You go to sales, you go to SO, okay, you click new, okay, and then customer, you have to select the customer that give you the PO, for example, this customer. Okay, so these are the information, and then the PO number you can write in at here. Okay, and then the bottom, you click the plus button. So item code you have to select. So for example, this item, so you purchase how many quantity, for example, 10 unit. So each of the unit, what is the unit price for each unit? So you key in at here. So this one is the subtotal. Okay, and then you just click save. So this is the first step lah. After you receive the PO from the supplier, sorry, you'll receive the PO from the customer, sorry. So you have to key inside the sales order lah. And then if you have the more description, right, you click this on the small icons here. You take the more description come out, and then you type in the more description lah. You click it and then click the three dots button here, and then you type in the details. After you type in, you just click the close button and then you save it. Okay, so this is the first step. Okay, after you've done key in the PO, I mean the sales order lah. So right now you have to deliver this product to the customer, right? So you have to issue the DO. Okay, so also the same, you got two ways. One is you come to this one SO, you right click, transfer to DO lor. This one is the first way. Okay, you see the wording is in green color. So all the information will be transferred to here. And then you click save. So another way is you go to sales DO. Okay, and then you click new. Then you select the customer. You right click at here, transfer from sales order. Okay, but this one you can transfer partially for this. Okay, so this one is the DO. Okay, after that, your DO and invoice will be like sent together, right? So for that case, maybe you can directly transfer DO to the sales invoice. Okay, so it's actually all the same lah. So you just click the save button. Okay, so for in future, for this invoice, right, you have to submit the e-invoice. So you just click the my invoice button here and then submit the e-invoice will do. Okay, so this is the step how you issue the, I mean, sales order to the sales invoice lah. Okay, so next. Okay, next I will go to the item template, this one. Okay, item template is maybe the item, maybe you got selling in package. Okay, so you want like the documents. I mean, when I select this package, it will show out the items like inside the package when you issue the documents. Okay, you click this one, maintain item template. You click new. Okay, for example, you give it a name, pack HA, something like that lah. Okay, you click the plus button. Okay, this one maybe you can put in the package name first. Then only the bottom you select. Oh, item A is actually included. What item? For example, these two. Then you click save. Okay, this is the setting lah. If you want to selling out the item in package. Okay, so how we use it for this one? Okay, actually you go to sales or purchase document. Okay, both also can. It's actually at the left hand side panel here. This one, item template. Okay, you see this one is actually the package A. A, sorry, sorry, I have to reset the layout first. Type B. Okay, this one actually is the package A. Okay, so if customer, this one, want to purchase the package A from you, so you just double click this one, so it will show out the package. Okay, if they want two package, this one multiply, you change it to two first, then only you double click. This one is the, because just now we got set the special pricing for this customer, right? So system will show out the unit price. Okay, so it will show as like two package. So when you save it, when you go to the stock report, right, system will deduct the quantity for these two items only. Because this one package A is not the item code. Is we just write down as package A. So when we print out the invoices, so they will have the wording, I mean, show inside the printed invoice. Okay, I show you one, for example. Okay, I click save. Okay, so I preview the report. So you see, this one is the package A. So it's included with these two items. So when customer receive this invoice, right? So they know that, oh, they are purchasing the package A. So package A included with these two items. So when we want to check the stock report, so we go to the stock, print stock card. Okay, so we can select for these two items. You can click this one, the three dots here, this one, and then you pick the item that you want to view. Then you click apply. Okay, you click preview here, then you select the first report. So you see this one, the invoice 21, quantity out for 1 unit. For this one is the black color, and then this one is the red color. So system will be deduct this this item for this invoice. Okay, so this is the item template. Okay, next I will go to the location. Okay, location is also another additional module. So if you've got different warehouse, okay, and then if maybe you want to using as consignment, so you have to purchase the location module. Okay, so for this one, the location, once you purchase and then you activate it, right? So every document which maybe have the stock item code, you have to select the location. If not, when you preview the stock report, it will not show the quantity accurately lah. Okay, so for example, this testing company, they got create for like maybe 6 locations. Okay, let's say this one default location is HQ. So this is the other warehouse location, let's say. Okay, so actually inside the setting, okay, you click new. After that, you just fill in the code and description will do. Other than that, if you have the information that only you key in, if you don't have, you just leave it. The important part is the above part. Okay, so I will show you how to using for this location. Okay, let's say I give you a scenario. For example, HQ purchase the material from the supplier. Okay, so for HQ, they will receive the stock. Okay, so after they receive the stock, they will maybe transfer the stock to other places of the warehouse. Okay, which means other location. So for that case, we have to using the stock transfer to transfer our stock quantity to different places of the warehouse. Okay, so I will show you how to do this based on this scenario. Okay, at first we receive the stock item, right? So we go to the purchase. Okay, we receive the goods. Either okay, you can key in inside the good receipt, or you directly key inside the purchase invoice also can. It is based on your company practice. Some of the company they will straight away go to the purchase invoice and key in only. But some of the company they will go to good receipt first, then only they transfer it to the purchase invoice. Both way also can. It's up to you. Okay. So maybe I go to good receipt, and then I go to new. Okay, so I purchase from which supplier? For example, this one. Okay, I click press button. Okay, for example, I purchase this item lah, bolster. Okay, so inside here you have to take the location come out. This one. So see, system always is captured as default location only. Okay, if it doesn't pick any location, so let's say we treat as default location is our HQ. So right now HQ received for maybe 10 unit. Each of the unit is about 129 lah. Okay, and then we just click save. Okay, right now I have to transfer this unit to different location. Okay, so we have to go to the stock and then stock transfer. Okay, this one stock transfer is after you add on the location module, then only you can see this one stock transfer. Otherwise, you just can see 3 documents at here only. Receipt, issue, and adjustment. Okay, so we go to stock transfer. We click new. Okay, above you no need to do anything. Okay, you just click this one, plus button. Item code. Just now we click as postal, right? Okay, from location, from HQ to maybe Kuala Lumpur, maybe transfer for maybe 5 units. Okay, so you click the update cost. Okay, this one costing is based on the costing method that you picked just now inside the maintain stock group. Okay, so they will calculate the costing. After that, you just click for OK. Then you click for save. Okay, so this is one, I mean, this is the one location for transfer to KL only. So if you have another location, you just add it and then add in another line. And then also the same from HQ to maybe another location. This one. Also from HQ maybe to JB, maybe 3 units. Also the same update cost. And then click save. Okay, so this is how you do it if you want to transfer your stock quantity. Okay, right now I will show you the stock report. How they will show you is based on different location. Okay, so also the same, we go to stock, go to print stock card. Okay, print stock card is always you want to check the stock movement and also the costing. You can come to print stock card. Okay, and then you select the item that you want to view. This one, apply. Okay, review. So right now we have to select the second one because we got using the location. Okay, so I enlarge it. Okay, you see this one is the default location, which is maybe our HQ. Okay, so good receive in for 10 unit, which we purchased from the Jendela Spectrum, which is our supplier. Okay, so quantity in for 10 unit. Okay, but we also issue the stock transfer 3 unit to JB, and then 5 unit to Kuala Lumpur. Okay, right now we check on another location, which is the JB. You see stock in for 3 unit. This one is the stock in column. Okay, so each unit is about 129 the unit cost lah. So you see the right hand side here got the breakdown. Okay, so another 5 unit is under the KL. Okay, so you can see the movement. Okay, start from the HQ and then go to the JB and KL. Okay, this is the stock in. Okay, so right now you already transfer the stock to the JB and also the Kuala Lumpur, right? So when they selling out this product to the customer, so they have to issue the invoice also. So when they issue the invoice, they have also select the location code. Okay, let's say I go to sales. I go to sales invoice. Okay, click new. For example, they're selling to this one, Thai tea trading. Okay, item code, this one. Okay, for example, this one is under KL, right? Selangor. Okay, so you have to take the location, come out first. Okay, for example, KL selling out this item to the Thai tea trading. So they have to select the KL location. Okay, maybe selling for 2 units. Then you click save. Okay, so remember that every time when you issue any document, if you're got using the location, right, every time you have to select the location. Otherwise, it will just go to the default location. So when you view your report, it won't show the report correctly lah. Okay, so we come back to the stock report and see. Booster, apply. It's the second one. Okay, so you see the default location, it doesn't have any movement. Oh. Okay, and then JB also doesn't have any movement. And then we go to KL. Okay, receive in for 5 units from the stock transfer. And then we selling to the customer for Thai tea trading. So selling out for 2 units. So balance quantity is 3 units only. And then each of the unit, the costing is about 129. Okay, so this is how the location used. Okay, next is maintain batch. Okay, maintain batch is actually almost the same as the location use, but this one you have to set the function first. I mean the setting first. Okay, so this one usually use in maybe you have the lot number, so you can using this module. Okay, this one also is add-on module. So if your company got, I mean, have to maintain the lot number, so you have to top up for this module. Okay, this one you have to give it a code, maybe lot number 001. This one you can put it as the same lah. And then what is the expiry date for this product? What is the manufacture date? And then this one is the remark 1 and 2. Okay, so this one, this lot number is included with which item? For example, this one. Then you click save. Okay, so when you go to the documents, sales of purchase document, so you pick the batch column come out. So you can pick, this one is actually belongs to which batch number. Okay, so when you preview your stock report, it is actually almost the same like the location. It will show like, oh, what kind of the batch number in for how many quantity and then out for how many quantity, then also the remaining one. Okay, so this one is the batch. Okay, and then next I will go to the stock procurement. Okay, this one stock take is the mobile apps. It's also need to top up. I mean, need to purchase it if you want to subscribe. This one is actually you can using your mobile apps. Okay, and then you go to the warehouse and then you do the stock take. Stock take is you have to calculate the stock quantity inside your warehouse because the system quantity is actually won't tally the quantity inside your warehouse. So you have to do the stock count first. Okay, then only you come back to the office and then come back to here, do the stock adjustment to make it your system inside the SQL. I mean the quantity inside the SQL is actually tally with the quantity inside your warehouse. Okay, so that is why we need to do the stock take lah. Okay, so you want to know more information for this stock take, right? You can go to this one. Just now I will show you the guideline. Go to this one stock take. So they will have the explanation for this mobile apps. Okay, today I won't go through for this one because it will take quite long time to show you the things. So you can double check from here, or you can go to this one also can. Sorry. This one, sql.com.my. Okay, you go to products and then you go to stock take app. This one, you can check more information about this. Okay, so they will have some demo and how to set up things. So you can check on the things first. Okay, so these are the setting for the stock. So any question regarding for the maintain part? If not, I will go to the bottom part already. Okay, all right. So I will go to the bottom one. Okay, so for the purchase part, got any issue or not? Just now I already go through the purchase request. So if you want me to go through for the purchase part, I can go through with you also lah. Okay. So okay lah. Maybe I explain one time lah for the purchase part. Okay. So purchase request is if you are the production team, so you want to produce a finished good, right? So maybe you need some maybe material. Okay, so you have to do the purchase request. So when purchasing department check on the purchase request, they know that they have to order this material from the supplier lah. Then they will issue the PO to the supplier. Okay, so one of the example like request from the Ashley. Let's say Ashley is the worker in your company. Okay, so they need all this item to produce the finished good lah. Okay, so you just click new. Okay, so you can like request by who, and then bottom one, you can select the item code lah. Okay, for example, this one, you want to request for maybe 5 unit. So you just click for save. Okay, so this is the purchase request. Okay, once the purchasing department receive this one, right? So they need to go to the purchase order. Okay, you click new. Okay, so for this one, just now, okay, you have to select the supplier lah, because right now you already received the request from the production team. So right now you have to order the material from the supplier. So you have to pick the supplier. For example, this one. Okay, so just now the purchase request is this item. Okay, number one. So you have to select the item lah. Okay, so how many units they need to purchase? They request lah. So you just put in the quantity and then you just click save. Okay, so you just print out this one, PO, and then you just email to the supplier. Okay, you just inform them that you need to, you want to order this item for 5 units, okay, to the supplier. Okay, so when the supplier receives your PO, right? So maybe they will issue a SO, and then maybe when they want to deliver the product to you, so they will issue a DO. So after you receive the DO, so you have to issue the good receipt note lah, because you already received the goods, right? Okay, so for this one, you have to right click, transfer to the good receiver. Okay, so also the same, we got two ways lah. One is you direct transfer all of the quantity to the good receipt, or if you want to do the partially, right? Maybe at this time, maybe they just deliver for maybe 3 units, and then remaining for 2 units, maybe they will deliver on tomorrow. Okay, so for this case, you have to come to the purchase, good receipt. Okay, and then you click new. You select the supplier first. Then you right click, transfer from PO. So how many quantity you want to transfer? Right now, maybe they just deliver for 3 units. So you put in 3. You click OK. So only 3 units, no? And then you just click save. Okay, so this one is a today date, no? So let's say tomorrow they will deliver another remaining 2 units. Okay, also the same. You click new. Select the supplier one. You right click, transfer from PO again. Okay, this one. You can see the original quantity is 5 units, but right now the best quantity left for 2 units only. Because 3 we already transferred to the good receipt. Okay, so you transfer the remaining 2 units here. Click OK. So this one is the 2 units. Then you put on maybe tomorrow's date. So you click save. Okay, so this is how you do the transfer lah. If you're facing the partial receive the goods. Okay, but when they issue you the invoice, right? So they will directly issue you for total 5 units. They won't like transfer like maybe partially. Okay, so for this case, you have to go to the purchase invoice. You click new, and then you select the supplier. Okay, and then you right click, transfer from the good receiver. Okay, so we got two. Is it this one? hold on, I try and see. Just now I got transfer wrongly or not? Empire. Oh, okay, I know already. This one. This one. Sorry. Good receive. I have to click look. Oh, because this one today's date is 13 only. So for 14, it won't show up. So if you want to show all the good receive from this supplier, right, you click the look all at the bottom here. So you tick for these two. So total is 5 unit. No? You click OK. So system will transfer all of the GRN from, two GRN to this purchase invoice. So this one is maybe tomorrow's date. You just click for save. Okay, so which way I did this is the whole step. Okay, start from the purchase request and then go to the PO and then go to the good receive note. So when you receive, maybe if you have maybe they deliver the product partially, so you create for 2 good receive note. After that, you just transfer all the good receive note to maybe 1 purchase invoice. Okay, so when you check on the stock card, right? So it will capture the good receive note only. It won't capture the quantity from the purchase invoice because you are using the transfer function. So system know that, oh, this purchase invoice is actually related with the good receive note just now. So system won't key in, won't record in the quantity again lah. Okay. So this is this is the step when you issue the purchase document. Okay, next I will go to the stock document. Okay, this one is the stock issue. This one is the stock this one is stock receipt, and then this is the stock issue. So both are using for maybe like stock adjustment quantity. Okay, the stock receipt is you adjust the quantity to increase the stock quantity. Stock issue is reduce the stock quantity. Okay, these two documents is actually you can use in many scenarios. Okay, like maybe I give you an example is okay, maybe you purchase the product from the supplier, right? Maybe you purchase maybe 10 units. So for that case, you already issue the purchase invoice and also the good receipt lah. Okay, then only you find out that maybe one of the item is void. So you request the supplier to maybe exchange a new one. So for this one, the exchange action, right? So actually you don't need to issue the good receipt and purchase invoice again because this is related with the stock quantity only. Okay, so for that case, you have to go to the receive and issue to do it. You issue to issue out the spoiled item. Okay, you receive in and receive in the good one. Okay, so how we do it? We go to the stock issue. Okay, like for example, we have an example which is for the damage. Okay, so you click new, then you put in the information. Okay, so you can write down the description like for the damage. So for example, this one, the carpet green color is damaged. So how many quantity is damaged you want to exchange with the supplier? You put in the quantity, and then you just click the update cost. Okay, the costing is based on the costing method that you choose. So system will auto calculate the unit cost for you. Then you click for save. Okay, so this is the first step. You have to issue out the damaged item first. Okay, after that, when you issue out the damaged item, so maybe a few days later, supplier send you a new one. Okay, so you have to receive in the new one. So you go to the stock and then stock receive. Okay, so this is the example lah. Okay, so for your case, you have to click new and then you put in the information. Then at the bottom here, you have to select the item code. Like for example, maybe the green color just now you receive in, right? Click the plus button. The carpet, the green color one, this one. Maybe you receive in, and then the unit cost just now is 25, so you just put it as the same 25. Then you just click for save. Okay, so when you check on your stock report, it will show out the in and out. Okay, so at the end of the best quality, it won't have any effect because one out and then one in again. So you contract it together, so it becomes 0. So nothing happens, but it will have a record like the item is spoiled, and then you go do an action which is you exchange it with the supplier. Okay, so this is one of the scenario that you can using the stock issue and receive lah. Okay, next is the stock adjustment. Okay, stock adjustment is just now, if you want to do the, stock take, right? So after you do the stock take, stock count, so you have to come back to the office and do the stock adjustment. Okay, so if you doesn't use the mobile apps for the stock take, so you have to also print out the report and then you go to the warehouse and then calculate the quantity, right? Okay, you go to the print stock physical worksheet. Okay, let's say right now it's end of the year, so you want to do the stock take lah. So you click apply. Okay, you click preview. Okay, so we have to select the first one. If you want to print with the PO and SO info, you can select the second one. If you want to just showing the actual quantity that you have, so you just select the first one. Okay, so this is the report for the stock take. Okay, so you just print out this report. Okay, and then you pass it to the stockkeeper. So stockkeeper will go to the warehouse and then calculate the stock quantity lah. Okay, let's say you see this one, the black color one. Inside the system is captured as book quantity is the system calculate quantity lah. So the balance quantity inside system is -4. So you have to go to the warehouse and then calculate and see whether is it -4 quantity. If no, you have to jot down the physical quantity here. The stockkeeper can using the pen to jot down on the paper. Okay, so they have to do all the parts here. Okay, so they have to settle the physical quantity for all the items lah. Okay, so they jot down all the quantity already. So we can proceed to the next step, which is the stock adjustment. Okay, so you don't close for this window. You open up the stock adjustment. Okay, so right now we got two windows, right? So we go to the window and then you click the tile vertical. You make it side by side. Okay, after that, you just click the new button here for the stock adjustment. Okay, so all I want to do right now is I have to pull this information and then paste it to the stock adjustment. Okay, so you just right click, select all. Okay, you have to using the drag and drop function. Okay, you hold your mouse button, you hold it. Then you pull to the stock adjustment. Then only you release your mouse button. Okay, so you see system will copy down all the information from the stock adjustment and then to from the stock physical worksheet to the stock adjustment. Okay, after that, inside the stock adjustment, we have to tick for two column come up. Okay, beside the item code, we click this one. Okay, one is the book quantity, another one is the physical quantity. Okay, so you see this one book quantity is actually the same as the report that I showed you just now, right? Which is the system calculated balance quantity. Okay, so right now you have to do is you have to fill in the quantity at the physical quantity column. Okay, right now maybe you already go to the warehouse and then you calculate already. Maybe for this product inside the warehouse still left for 1 unit. You just type in as 1. So at here, system will automatically adjust for you the quantity, which means system will adjust for maybe 5 unit. Plus 5 unit. Then only you get the balance quantity for 1. This one is system automatically calculate for you. So you don't need to do anything. Okay, and then for this one, still left for 4 units. So inside the warehouse, maybe left for maybe 3 units. So you just put as 3. Okay, so you just update all the rest. Okay, if you didn't key anything, right, it will just maintain like physical quantity is 0, and then system will automatically adjust out all the quantity. So this one you have to be careful for this one. Okay, if you are not managed to finish it by today for the stock adjustment, let's say you got many stock, okay, so you cannot key in all by today. So maybe you want to continue on tomorrow, right? So this one you can delete first for the rest. And then when tomorrow, you can just like pull again the data to the stock adjustment again. Okay, so how to do it? Okay, you click the first line that you want to delete first, you click it, and then you scroll to the bottom to the last line that you want to delete. Then you hold your shift button on the keyboard, like you hold it, and then you click on the last line. You see system will highlight all this data, right? Then only you right click, then delete. Then only you click save. So which means that on today, we just adjust for these two items first lah. So other than that, we maybe can continue on tomorrow. So for this one, when tomorrow comes, okay, also the same, you click the first line and then you scroll to the last line, and then yeah, you hold it first and then only you click the last line lah. After that, you highlight all, then only you drag and drop to here. Then only you continue your job lor. Okay, so after we adjust for this one, right? When you view your stock report, okay, stock cut. For example, these two items just now. Review. Okay, you see this one. So remaining for 1 unit lor. Okay, and then this one is 3 unit. Okay, so this is how you do the stock adjustment lah. This one, the stock take need to do like maybe twice a year or maybe like once a year only. Okay. Because we cannot always like adjust our stock quantity, because the stock quantity will, I mean the closing stock will affect our profit amount. So you cannot do it like every time. So if you really want to adjust the stock quantity, right, you can just using the stock issue and receive to do the adjustment. This one only the like very big one, the big adjustment for like maybe for all the quantity, like maybe each I mean once a year or maybe twice a year, then only you using this method. Oh, okay. This one is, okay, let's say I simply choose two windows lah, okay? Let's say I open these two. You click on the windows on top, and then you click this one, tile vertical. So it will help you to put it on like maybe side by side. Okay, so next, I will go to this one, stock document listing. Okay, stock document listing is you want to print out the stock document lah. Okay, so stock document we have 4 documents: receive, issue, transfer, and adjustment. Okay, so depends on you right now. You want to preview what kind of the report. Okay, let's say I want to preview the stock receipt. Okay, you click apply. Okay, and maybe I open it lah. Okay, so this is the stock receipt, and then I preview. So see, this is the listing for the stock receipt, but it doesn't show any details, right? So you can click on the eyes icon here to show details. So inside here we show the details of like what kind of the item you already stock receipt. Okay, so this is the listing, but if you want to print out the documents, right, you click print document style and then you apply again. Then you preview. You will see the report right now is totally different. Just now it's showing as listing. Right now it's showing as document. So for example, this one, actual cost. You see this is the document for stock receipt. Okay, which means that you can one shot print out the document in this stock document listing. Okay, so next I will go to this one. Okay, stock cut, I think I don't need to show you again since at the beginning I already show you like how to check the balance and then check the movement. Okay, so this is how you check the stock quantity and also the costing lah. Okay, this one is stock quantity is only can check for the quantity but cannot check for the costing. So maybe some of the company they don't want to let the stockkeeper to check on the costing. So maybe they will close access on this report. They just give them for this only. So they can check the movement of the quantity. Okay, this one, you see, I show you the example. It's actually the same, just without the costing only. Okay, I click preview. Okay, you see, it have the details also. Okay, but just showing out the quantity without the costing. Okay, so this is the stock cut quantity. Okay, next is the stock month-end balance. Okay, stock month-end balance is you want to check for the closing stock value. like how many quantity, and then what is the closing stock lah. Okay, so this one you have to put the date lah. Like maybe you want to check as at today, you click apply. Okay, so this is your closing stock value as at today. So we got 223,000 plus lah. Okay, and then this is the quantity lor, for the balance quantity. Okay, so for this case, what you need to do is you have to double check and see like what kind of the item is in negative quantity. Because you see, if this item is in negative quantity, the costing will become zero. Because you doesn't have the quantity on hand. So that's why system won't capture the costing because you don't have the quantity. So for this case, you have to go to the stock card report and then you double check and see the movement, see whether maybe you got missing key in anything, missing key in any documents or not. And then make it like then only end up showing up the negative quantity. So you have to double check on this step, okay, and find out the error and the problem. See whether is it this quantity, this product is actually negative quantity. If not, maybe you miss out to key in any document, then you have to key in back, no? Then only the system will update the quantity. Otherwise, it will just show as like negative quantity and then the costing is about zero. Okay, so this one you have to double check and see. Okay, so yeah, so this is the stock. Okay. Okay, next is the stock aging. Okay, stock aging is actually almost the same as the customer and the supplier aging. So this one is let you know that for this one, the balance quantity is already aging for how many months? Okay, preview. You can choose this one. This one is landscape, which means will show the report in one line only. Okay, so you see this one has 12 months off. Okay, so you see this one, the gaming chair, total balance quantity is left for 1 unit. So it is for on the current month. Current month is June, because I view until June. So my current month is June. So which means that this one is only aging, until current month, still is very new. Then you see others one, remaining for 3 unit. It's already aging for 12 months already. Which means this product is maybe almost like quite a long time. So maybe you have to decide like how you want to sell out for this product. Maybe you have to do some promotion or anything else. So for this one, you can double check and see the stock quantity is aging for how many months. Okay. This one is only by quantity. If you want to buy costing, you can take the cost at the bottom here. Okay. Okay. Next, I think the report is batch and serial number. Okay, so that one I think I will skip because that one is for those got purchased the batch and serial number, they will be using it. Otherwise, you just ignore it. Okay. So the stock training is until this part only. So any question regarding on the stock? If no, I will go to the just quickly like e-invoice submission, how to do it. Oh, okay, all right. So I will go to the e-invoice part for the submission, just a very quick one. Okay, so before you need to start doing the e-invoice submission, right? So you have to do some setting. Okay, so at first you have to go to the file, and then go to the company profile. Okay, so you have to put in the MSIC code. This one is your company MSIC code. And then all the information here you have to key in. Okay, so like maybe the SSM number and then the country you have to select as Malaysia and then the postcode, all you have to key in. Okay, after that you just click the save button, then you go to the My Invoice here. Okay, and then you go to connect My Invoice. Okay, so inside here we'll have some information need you to fill in. Okay, so you have to go to the My Tax and then you do the registration first. So you have to register the ERP and also the intermediary. Okay, so after you done the registration, you paste all the information inside here. Okay, like the client ID, secret 1 and 2. and then you just hit the register ERP button. Okay, so actually for the e-invoice, IRB got created for two servers. One is the production one, the real one, and then another one is the sandbox. Sandbox is for like training or testing purpose only lah. So it doesn't it doesn't affect the real submission one. Okay. And then the e-invoice start date here you can select like your company is under which phase, so you can select the date. Okay, so after that you just close the button lah. You just click the close button to save it. Okay, so this is the first step you have to do when you want to set up the e-invoice. Okay, next is you go to customer, maintain customer. You have to update their information first lah. Okay, for example, I select the Jandela. Don't have the phone number. They totally don't have the you can using their mobile number also. No need like no need like the office phone number. You put in their mobile number also can. Like for example, for this one, you see, sorry, there's error code. Now you're using what version? Because I know that IRB got update on the phone number. I mean the phone number have to start with 6, then following with the phone number. But this one, system will automatically add in the number 6 digit in front if you are using the new version. You check and see your version, is it 869 or 870. You check on the left hand side, you see the corner here. For right now, I'm using the 870. You check on the last 3 digit. Oh, okay. Like that, you have to update your version first. Because the old version one, the contact number, it will just capture the old format. So that's why when you do the submission, it will come out the error. So if you update to the new version, I think this one will be solved lah. Okay, so maybe you contact the supporting to help you to upgrade first. Then after that, you can try and see. Okay, so right now I will continue for this part for the maintain customer. Okay, so for the maintain customer, the mandatory field is the company name. Okay, and then the SSM number. Okay, SSM number is you can just click the search button here. For example, this one, search button. And then you wait for a while. Okay, so system will prompt out for this one. We'll have the SSM number for new and the old one. You just click OK. And then system will automatically fill in for you the TIN number also for this company. Okay, so and then the address. I mean, all the information here is very important, so you have to key in. This one is the mandatory field. Just the email is the optional part. So if they have email, then you just update. If you don't have, you just leave it. Okay, and then the bottom one, the currency is important. If this is the local buyer, then you no need to change anything. But if this one is the foreign buyer, you have to change the currency code now. So the currency code, you have to go to tools, maintain currency to create the code first. Okay, like let's say this testing company, they already create the USD lah. So you just click new and then put in the information. Okay, and then this one, the ISO code is the IRB the system code lah. So you have to mapping your currency is actually mapping with which currency code. Okay, and then this one is the rate. This one is just for the reference only. So if you don't want to put, you want to remain as one also can. Because when you key in the documents, right? Excuse me. So they will have the boxes for you to key in the exchange rate. So you can directly adjust inside the boxes. So this one is just for the reference only. Okay, so this is the currency you have to pick lah. If this one is the foreign buyer. Okay. And then this one e-invoice, usually we remain as e-invoice for this one. Consolidate is only for those maybe for maybe cashier's customer or maybe like walk-in customer, which is the end user. They doesn't need the e-invoice, then only you select as the consolidate. Okay. And then next, the important one is the tax part. Okay. So this one for the Sandra Berhad, they already have the SSN number and also the TIN number. But for enterprise one, I mean the sole proprietorship, I think system cannot search the TIN number right now. So maybe you have to request from the the owner. Okay, because for the sole proprietorship, the owner can register for many enterprise. Okay, so maybe because of this one, so system cannot capture the TIN number for the sole proprietorship lah. So for that case, you have to request their TIN number. Okay, so yeah, so these are the important field lah. Okay, and also the SST number is a mandatory field also. If this company got registered for the SST, right, no matter they are registered for sales tax or service tax, so you have to request the number from them lah, for the SST one. Okay, because this is the mandatory field. If not, system will capture as NA for this customer. Okay, so yeah, so this is the information. Okay, right now, the new version, right, for maybe 869 above, okay, you can click one link and then let them to fill in the information for you. Okay, I'll show you how to do it now. Okay, but testing company, I cannot show you lah. I'm using my own data to show you. Okay, for example, I'm using this one, Vsoft Solutions. I delete this one first. Okay, let's say I have a customer which is Vsoft Solutions. Okay, so right now you see the information all is empty, right? So I want to let the Vsoft to help me fill in the information for me. Okay, so inside the new version, you can right click at the right hand side panel. Okay, so we get this one, create info request, or maybe you can right click at here also can. It's up to you. You click on it. So system will generate this link. Okay, you just copy this link. Okay, you click this icon, you copy, and then you WhatsApp, you paste it to your customer. Okay, let's say maybe I'm the person in charge for the Vsoft. Okay, let's say, so I receive this link. Okay, so I open up this link. Okay, I paste it. Okay, so they will receive a page like this. Okay, so this is the new function, autofill using my invoice. Okay, this one maybe if they got download the QR code from the my invoice, right? So they just retrieve here. Okay, otherwise maybe you just let them to type in. Like for example, this is the SSN number, and then this is their TIN number. Okay, validate. Okay, and then this one is the name. SST number, if have, you have to they have to put in. And then this is the email, and then this is the phone number, address, then city, postcode, and then you select the state, and then you submit. Okay, so this one submitted. So when they submit, maybe they inform you or they've done maybe key in the information. So right now you have to come back your SQL here. Okay, you right click, you click retrieve info. You see these are the information they updated for you. Okay, so you just close it. So you see all the information will be showing here. So you no need like have to one by one to update or anything else. You just paste the link to them and then they update for you. Easier. Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, so I can show you the link lah. If just now the step you forgot, right? The link is actually inside here, e-invoice. And then this one. Yeah, this part. I share you the guidelines here. If you guys want to refer back now, I mean how to do it. Okay, so right now I come back to here. Okay, so these are the mandatory field. Okay, so I will show you how to do the submission for the e-invoice right now. Okay, we go to sales. Okay, let's say we go to invoice. Okay, we click new. So we select the customer, for example, this one. Okay, so other information you can change if you want, like the term stay or anything else. Okay, the item code. Okay, I simply select one, for example, this one. Okay, and then you can click on the more item here. I mean the left-hand side panel here, you click the more, and then you scroll down to the bottom, and then you double check and see the information. Okay, so this is, this is the customer SSM number. and then this is their TIN number. Okay, and then the industry code is the MSIC code for your company, is not your customer. Okay, so this is the MSIC code lah. And then we have the UUID and the long ID. Okay, UUID is the document upload ID. Okay, no matter the status is failed or maybe the submitted, okay, so you will have the UUID. And then if the document is successfully validated, so they will generate a long ID for this document. Okay, so I will show you right now. I pin this one. Okay, then I click save. Okay, so right now I will show you how to do the submission. You just hit the My Invoice button here, and then you submit the e-invoice. Okay, right now you see we are using the sandbox. Sandbox, which means is the testing environment. It's not the real one. You click on it. So you have to wait for a while. I think the server is quite busy, I think. Okay, I'll close it and see. Okay, you see right now we have the UUID already because we already upload the documents, but just the stated I mean the status doesn't show as valid. So I try again, refresh. I think the server is very busy right now. You can just direct delete the invoice only. I mean, you just click the delete button because the sandbox, it doesn't have any effect. You can still delete the invoices. I mean, even after 72 hours, you still can delete because this one is just the sandbox one. But the real one is after you submit, you cannot do, I mean, any changes on that document. Okay, you see, this is the submission. After I done submit, you see you have the green tick here. So this is the UUID for this document. Okay, and then this is the supplier name. This is your customer name, and then the total amount for this document. Okay, and then we have a QR code for this document. Okay, and then you can share this PDF to the SQL buyer. Okay, you can select the format that you usually use lah. Okay, for example, maybe I usually use for this format. Click OK. But this one I think I cannot show you because I doesn't have this one, the Jandela Spectrum data lah. So if you already click this one, share PDF file, right? So when Jandela Spectrum import your data inside their SQL, so they can just directly print out the invoice because you already share the data to them, like the invoice template. This one is only applicable for the SQL buyer only. For those maybe they are using AutoCount, right? They cannot using this way to print out the invoice lah. Okay, so right now this document is validated. So you see, okay, right now the long ID doesn't show out, right? Because the status doesn't update. So we click the refresh button. Okay, so status is valid. And then you see long ID is appear here. Okay, so it's very easy only. This is the step how you do the submission for the e-invoice. Which means that right now the practice is you just key in as usual, and then you just do one more step, which is you click this button only, and then you just click submit. Okay, so after that you can preview your invoice. Okay, for example, I'm using this one as example. Okay, this is actually follow the IRB guideline. Okay, so this is your company information. And then this is the customer information. And then this is the QR code. Okay, this QR code will be appear after the document is submitted. If not, this one will be showing as blank one. Okay, and then the center one is the classification code and the item description and also the quantity and the unit price lah. Okay. Yeah, can. Later I'll show you. Okay, so after you submit, right? So when customer receive this invoice, okay, maybe they find out some maybe error inside the invoice, and then they request to do the amendment. Okay, if this invoice still within 3 days, 72 hours, you still can directly adjust inside this invoice. Okay, so how we check this invoice is actually still within 3 days. Okay, you click the browse button here. You can see the status beside the invoice number. You see we have this one 2D, the gray color. This one, which means we still have 2 days to do the amendment. Okay, if this 2D is doesn't show at here, is no longer at here lah. Okay, which means that this document is actually over than 2 days. So what you can do is you have to issue a CN, then only you reissue again a new e-invoice. Okay, so right now I will show you if this invoice still within 3 days. So how to do the adjustment. Okay, you double click. Excuse me. Then you click the My Invoice, and then you click Cancel Validated e-invoice. Okay, so you have to select the reason. Okay, the general one is this two lah. So if you got other reason, you can pick other, and then you put in the details here. Okay, for example, wrong invoice details, initiate cancellation. So you see the status will change it. Okay, and then the UUID is also become different. Okay, so we refresh again. Okay, we click edit. So maybe this one is actually 2 units, so we change to 2. And then we click save. So we repeat the steps. So we submit again. Okay, I think the server is very busy. Okay, so I think I will just skip lah. Okay, but this is the step lah, how you do the cancellation. Okay, okay, so right now I will show you how to do the consolidate invoice. Okay, consolidate invoice is for those for the customer, they no need the e-invoice, so you can submit as consolidate and then declare to the IRB. Okay, so how we do it? Okay, this one you no need go inside to the, you no need to go inside the invoice. You just come to this one, the listing here. You click my invoice, and then you click this one, consolidate e-invoice. Okay, so you put the date, no? Okay, like for example, this testing data has the June one. And then you tick this one, include unsubmitted e-invoices, and then you click apply. So these are the invoices still not yet do the submission for the e-invoice. So you tick whatever invoice you want to submit as consolidate. So for example, this one and this one are for example. Okay. And then you just click next. Okay. So system will using this one, the merge one. So merge from like which number to which number. Okay, which means that 1 to 2 is consolidate, and then maybe 3 and 4 is maybe e-invoice. So that's why we skip. So the next line will be showing as 5 to 6. Okay, and then the classification code is captured as 004, which is a consolidate. So just click for submit. Okay, so the buyer name is general public. So total up for 4 invoices is 10,000 plus. Okay, so this is how you do the consolidate e-invoice. So you can click the refresh button. So you see the status will become valid. This one still is submitted. I think this one still not yet submit. I refresh again. Yeah, so this one submitted. Okay, so this is how you do the submission for the e-invoice. Okay, next I will show you if the invoice is over than 3 days. So how to do the cancellation inside the CN. Okay, so we go to sales, and then we go to the credit note. Okay, so we click new. Okay, so for this one CN, right, actually we got 2 scenarios. One is maybe for that invoice, maybe customer want to return back the goods to us. Maybe they want to cancel or anything else. Okay, so for that case, we have stock control. So we need to, using the transfer function, transfer from the sales invoice to credit note to capture the stock quantity. Okay, so I will show you this scenario first. Okay, for example, Jandela Spectrum. Okay, right click, transfer from sales invoice. Okay, just now is this item, right? Okay, maybe customer want to cancel the case. They don't want this item anymore. Okay, so we have to do the CN. And then we click OK. Okay, so you double check and see the details, see anything else you want to add in. Okay, and then left hand side more, you can double check and see the details. After that, you just click save. Okay, this one is system asks you, do you want to knock off the transferred documents? Okay, just now I transferred from the sales invoice, right? So if that invoice still not yet, I mean customer didn't make any payment, so you want to directly offset with that invoice, so you can just hit the yes button lah. Okay, also the same. If customer key in the wrong price, you have to key in the CN also. If you got using the stock control, right, you have to using this way. I mean transfer all the quantity to this CN first. Then you have to come back to the invoice and then you reissue again a new invoice with the correct pricing. Okay, so for this one, we do the submission. Okay, so this is the CN. Okay, so this is our buyer. Okay, total up. So it's 1600. Okay, let's say this is the invoice that staff key in wrong price. Okay, just now you see this invoice is you see this one is validate, right? 2 unit and then 800 per unit. So maybe this one is actually maybe each unit is like 700. So maybe staff key in wrongly. And then also more than 3 days already. So you using this way, I mean go to the CN transfer from the sales invoice and then you do the submission first. Okay, after you done for this step, you have to repeat again and then go to the sales invoice. You click new and then you bill again the item. This one, this 2 unit, maybe it's 700 per unit. Then you click save, and then you do the submission again. Which means that you have to repeat the step again after you do the CN. Yeah, that one is second scenario. Later on, I will show you. This one I show you is for the stock one. Okay, so for the stock, you have to using this way lah. You have to using the CN to quantity in first, then only you quantity out again. Okay, so another scenario is, okay, right now you want to, to provide them their discount, right? Maybe they do the early settlement, so you want to give them some special discount. Okay, so for that case, also the same, you have to come to the sales CN, this one, then you click new, okay, Jandela Spectrum. Okay, so this discount is actually related with which invoices you have to select from here from document number. Okay, for example, it's related with this invoice. Okay, because inside the IRB rules that CN and DN must be referred to which invoices. So you have to select from this one because we cannot use the transfer function because actually system actually the customer doesn't want to return back the goods, right? They because we just want to provide give them some discount. So we cannot using this one transfer from invoice. So all you can do is you select the invoice. Okay, for example, this one. Share discount, early settlement. Okay, one. Maybe you give them 500. Okay, let's say. And then you have to tick this one. Account come out. This one account maybe you change to discount allow lah. Okay, then you click save. Okay, so this is how you do if you want to provide the discount to them lah. And then you do the submission. Okay, so done submit. Okay, so this is the first step. Okay, after that, you want to knock off the invoice, right? So for the knock off invoice, you go to customer CN. Okay, you see this one, the sales CN is number 5, right? So you look at number 5, and then you will see we have the unapplied amount. Unapplied amount, which means that the document still not yet offset with which invoices. So you edit, Okay, this one you just click yes, because at the beginning we key inside the sales CN, right? So system just asking us you want to edit, so you just click yes. Okay, so this one is the 500, so you want to deduct the outstanding, this one, and then you click save. So at the beginning, the outstanding amount is about 2100. So right now already reduced become 1600. Okay, so this is how you do the CN for this. Okay, so you guys can understand about the sales part, right? Sales part for the invoice submission, just invoice, cash sales, DN, and CN. So cash sales, if your company doesn't use, then you just ignore. So you just concentrate submit for the invoice and also the DN and CN. So DN and CN is do the adjustment part. So must refer back to like this CN and DN is refer to which invoices. So you have to select. Okay. So got any question regarding for the submission? Okay, if no, I will go to the next one, which is the maybe purchase. Okay, for the purchase, right? If you purchase from the local supplier, you no need to do any submission. You just key in as usual and take into account only. Okay, for the local supplier lah. Okay, if maybe you purchase from the foreign supplier, or maybe you import the goods or maybe the services, okay, from the foreign supplier, then you need to do the self bill. Okay, because you need to prove the purchases and prove the expenses. Okay, so how we do it if you want to do the self bill? Okay, we go to purchase invoice. Okay, let's say I click new. Okay, before I go to the supplier, right, make sure that your maintain supplier is here. Okay, let's say I pick this one. This one is Sing dollar, is for foreign supplier lah. So maybe we purchase the material from them. Okay, so you need to do is the e-invoice submission here. You have to select as self bill. Okay, classification, you select as 036. If you are import of goods and services, you can select as 034 or 035. Okay, and then this is their MSIC code. And also the text here, the T number, you have to select as this 30 for the foreign supplier. Okay, you save it. So right now I show you the example. Let's say we purchase the goods from this supplier. Maybe we purchase this one, 10 unit. Okay, so each of the unit is about 107 Sing dollars. Okay, and then we click save. Okay, so you check the more here, self bill, and then the D number is 30, which is the foreign supplier. Okay, so we do the submission. Okay, so this is the self bill invoice, which is this one is our supplier, and then this is the total payable amount. Okay, so this is how you do the self bill if you are purchased from the foreign supplier. Okay, for the purchase invoice, we still got other function, which is this one. Okay, I can click on my invoice here. We can actually import the e-invoice from the my invoice portal. Okay, which means that any supplier that use your TIN number to issue the bill, right? So it actually have a record inside the my invoice portal. So SQL can actually retrieve the data from the my invoice portal, and then you can directly import inside the SQL accounting. Okay, I can show you how to do it. Okay, so click the batch import, and then you filter the date. Okay, for example, I put today date now. Okay, and then I click apply. Okay, so these are the invoices that supplier using your TIN number to issue the bill. Okay, which is validated. So you want to maybe import all of these invoices into the purchase invoice. Then you no need to manually key in again. No? Okay, so how we do the import? Okay, for example, I want to import the first invoice. So take this one. Okay, you have to mapping some code. Okay, for example, this one is your supplier name. So you have to mapping. You click this one. You click the arrow key down. Okay, you have to mapping this supplier. It's mapping inside your SQL is which supplier. For example, this one. Okay, just an example lah. Okay, maybe for your case, both are the same lah. Okay, maybe this one data and power. So inside your supplier list should be have the data and power also. But this one, because of testing company, so I doesn't have the same data. So I will just simply pick one. Okay. So this is the first step you have to do is mapping the supplier code. Okay. And the bottom one is you have to mapping the item code. Okay. So you have to mapping, for example, this one. Okay, and then if you see the tax amount here, so you have to mapping the tax code also lah, if you have registered the SSD. Okay, then you click for import. Okay, posting done. Okay, then you refresh. So you see this one imported from my invoice. So you see they have the UUID and the long ID is the validated invoice. Okay, but for this one, right, it's actually need to mapping the item code. So maybe some of the customer, they doesn't maintain the stock control. So for this case, after they import, right, maybe they have to do some changes on this. Maybe, for example, this one is purchase the laptop, right? So laptop should be our fixed asset. So this one maybe will delete. And then you mapping to the fixed asset. Like, for example, this one is office equipment. Then you click save. Okay. So this is how you do the import from the my invoice and then into the SQL accounting. Okay, this one is not the compulsory step you need to do it. This one is just let you maybe easier a bit that you no need like manually key in the purchase invoice into the SQL. Maybe you just mapping some field and then import into the SQL you do. But if you still want to keep the old practice, like you want to manually key in, it's still okay. You can manually key in as well. Okay, just let you know that SQL actually have this kind of the function. Okay, so this is the purchase invoice part, which is we're using it to submit the self-bill and also import the purchase invoice. Okay, so we got two functions here. Okay, next is we'll go to the GL cash flow entry. Okay, just now the self-bill is we have the foreign supplier, right? Okay, what if the if we purchase some maybe expenses or maybe like services, maybe the supplier is individual. They doesn't run any business. So for that case, we also need to do the self-bill. Okay, like for example, we give the commission to the agent, or maybe we pay the rental to maybe the individual. Maybe they are uncle auntie. Okay, so they are just individual. They just they just rent the property to you only. So they doesn't run any business. So for that case, we need to prove our expenses, right? So we need to do the self-bill towards them. Okay, so for that case, how to do it? Okay, I will show you the rental one. Okay, so click the new PV to create the expenses one. Okay, so you put the date that you transfer the rental to them. Okay, so you payment the rental to who? Okay, for this one, I will using my name and IC to show you how to do the self-bill. Okay, let's say you pay the rental to me. Okay, let's say, so this is my real name. Okay, so tenant under company name, they should be will issue you this e-invoice. So you no need to do the self-bill. They should need to declare the e-invoice first. So you receive the e-invoice, so you just key in the normal PV you will do. You no need to do the self-bill. Self-bill is like, for example, maybe I provide the rental service. I'm the individual. I didn't run any business. So you pay the rental to me. So you want to prove the expenses, right? So you have to lock down, you have to do the self-bill. Staff claim for T and J. Is they purchase something using the touch and go for the staff claim. Okay, for right now, okay, for the token. Okay, for right now, right? Actually, you using normal invoices to claim is okay one because right now all the company, not all the company is implement the e-invoice, right? Still, maybe some of the company they are maybe under the phase 4 or maybe other phases. Okay, so for that case, right now for this period now, you still can using the normal invoice to do I mean, to do the claim. Okay, maybe in future, when all the companies already run and they implement the e-invoice, then they must issue you the e-invoice. So for that case, then only when you receive the e-invoice, then only you do the claim. Just key in as usual only. You just make sure that the staff is actually they have an offer letter to prove that the people is actually is your company staff. So when you receive the normal invoice, still can use it. Because for right now, not all the company already implement the e-invoice, right? So maybe for the petrol station, they maybe still not under the range to start the e-invoice. So they will just provide the normal invoice. So you can still use that invoices to do the accounting. Okay, so for right now, for the period. So maybe in future cannot lah. So for in future, you must request the e-invoice lah. Okay, so I'll show you the rental. Okay, let's say they're using the Maybank to pay the rental to me. So maybe rental, pay for maybe June. So maybe pay for 2,000. Okay, and then the more here have to put in some information. Okay, company name, you put the name and then the address, country, and then the postcode, and then the phone number. So submission here, you have to select as self-bill. The TIN number here, you have to select as general public. And then this one ID type, you have to select, you have to put in the IC number lah. So I put in my IC number. Okay, so you click save, then you click my invoice, submit e-invoice. So you see this one is self-bill, is validated lor. So this one is actually billing to me. Okay, so for 2,000. So when the time when I submit the personal tax, right? So actually I will log these 2,000 income inside my personal tax. Okay, and then your company will will how to say for this one? Yeah, it's the proof of expenses for this one for the rental. Okay, so this is how you do the self-bill lah. If the supplier is individual and then they doesn't run any business. And then this one is one of the landlord. So if this one, the 2,000, right, is actually have two landlord. Okay, so you have to create for two PV. I mean, for the property, for the one actually got two landlord lah. So actually you have to separate to two PV and then you create. And then you put in their information here. But the proportion, you have to discuss with them, say whether they want to divide equally or not. Okay. So this is how you do the self-bill lah for the e-invoice if they are not running any business. So self-bill actually is under the cash flow entry here, GL, and also the purchase invoice part only. Okay. So any question regarding for the e-invoice? Okay, so for you guys, actually right now you no need to worry about the e-invoice because right now is the relaxation period and then not all the companies already implement the e-invoice. So right now, if you receive the normal invoice, not the e-invoice, is still okay. You still can do the claim. I mean, you still can using it as usual way. Okay, it's tax deductible. Until maybe in future, maybe 2027, something like that. Until all the companies is already implement the e-invoice, then only you must retrieve the e-invoice. I mean, you get the e-invoice from the maybe petrol station or toll. Okay, so right now you don't need to worry about it for this one. Okay, so is there any question regarding for the stock and the e-invoice? If not, I think I will end the training at here. Okay, for the e-invoice, right? E-invoice. This one, yeah, this one actually you can study if you want to check the information. Okay, so this one onboarding guide will show you how to do the registration for the e-invoice. So for the reference guide is all the I mean the information for the invoice, like how to check on the this one, yeah, how to do the self bill, and then how to check the TIN number, how to issue the e-invoice. Okay, this one e-invoice setup guide. Or you can check from here. Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, so I think that's all for today. So I already cover up the stock and also the e-invoice part lah. So if you guys need to check back, refer back the video, right? So actually my colleague will upload this video to the accounting fee. Okay, accounting fee is your, I mean the accountant that help you to do the account is actually freelancer. They doesn't have any business, right? You need to do the self bill. If they have the company, they will issue the invoice to you. So you no need to do the self bill lah. Under part-time. They are your company staff or not? If they are your company staff, you will declare inside the Form E, right? If under the Form E, you don't need to do the self bill. Otherwise, if they are from the outsource, then you need to do the self bill lah. Yeah. So you have to, yeah. So maybe you have to practice manually, and then you have to check on the guideline. Anything you can ask for the support team to help you lah. Okay, all right, thank you. The recording, hold on, I give you a link. I stopped sharing for a while. Hold on. Um, hold on. I get the link for you. This one. Ah, okay, all right, thank you. Okay, I share you the link. This one. Actually, my colleague will upload the video to the YouTube lah. Just yesterday I get to know about it because yeah, I think it was Wednesday, because some of the client request that need the video, but they say they never received the video. So I'm asking the colleague. So they say that they will upload onto the YouTube playlist lah. So maybe you can go to the playlist and then look for it. So for today training, maybe have to wait for 2 or 3 days to upload it lah. So you guys can jot down the link. So maybe next week you can check on the playlist, and then maybe you can refer back the video lor. Okay. Okay, all right, thank you. Yeah, I'm still learning also lah the invoice, because the invoice is always changes, right? So yeah. I thought that they will send the email and then send the video to you guys, but they say they never send. So you guys can check from the link lah. So the e-invoice are still learning, because the knowledge, I mean, keep changing, right? So you have to up to date. Okay, so if uh yeah, you can refer and see. You can refer to the link above lah. Okay, so if doesn't have any questions, so I will end the training at here. So thank you guys for joining the today training. So for I think for next week, next week still have another training. So if you guys want to know about the invoice, so maybe you can join lah. Okay, thank you guys. Bye bye.